The racial makeup of homeownership over the next decade is changing. We're here to talk about that on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dream Makers? I'm here with Rich Jefferson today, and we are jumping into an article that we found on USA Today. It's called How Hispanic Homeownership Became a Driving Force Shaping the Housing Market's Future. And Rich, you read this article. We're just going to jump straight in today because there's a lot to dig through, but give me your initial reaction to this.
Well, I married a Hispanic, and families are growing like crazy. And what shocked me in this article is that between the years 2020 and 2040, that 70% of all net new homeowners will be Hispanic, according to the Urban Institute.
That is definitely a very intense stat. 70% is a huge number when you think of just African-American homeowners and white homeowners and Asian-American homeowners, and how that share is going to be increasing in some spaces and decreasing in other spaces. So let's break down those stats just a little bit more. It says between 2020 and 2040, there will be 6.9 million net new homeowners. That's a 9% increase, of which 4.8 million will be Hispanic homeowners, 2.7 will be Asian homeowners, and 1.2 million will be black homeowners, while white homeownership will fall by 1.8 million. And so, Rich, I actually didn't know this. I was looking at the stats here, and the amount of new households owning homes has been dropping over the last several decades. And so this number, 6.9 million in the time between 2020 and 2040, is actually much lower than it was, say, like in the 90s and early 2000s. I'm new to the industry, but you've been around for a while. What does that say for the industry as a whole?
You know, we've talked about this many times on previous shows that we've done, and it really comes down to an affordable housing issue and also inventory. So, you know, the resales are the values have jumped quite a bit, and it puts it homeownership out of reach for many. So we need new builds, more affordable houses in order to accommodate this growth that we're seeing in the United States.
In general, this trend for Hispanic homeowners that we're going to see over the next decades is tracking with population trends. I pulled something else from the Urban Institute that says about 1/3 or 17.9 million of the nation's Hispanic population is younger than 18, compared with just 22% of the overall population. So in other words, 33% of Hispanics are under the age of 18 versus 22% of the general population. And so that's where a lot of this growth is going to come from, there's just a lot of young people. So Rich, as we look ahead to this trend, as we see what the facts are, how can we as loan professionals prepare for that?
Well, we're already seeing it. We have a lot of loan officers, especially at Network Funding, they do business in Spanish, which is helpful. Because oftentimes, you know, terminology in our business and in the real estate business, it doesn't translate well. So you have to be able to speak it well and conduct business in Spanish. And so we have a lot of young loan officers at Network Funding that speak Spanish that are able to accommodate those buyers in San Antonio and Houston and Arizona and other states. But this is all exciting times. You know, the United States is a big, diverse nation with a big, diverse population. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me that we have a lot of young Hispanics out there under 18. And it excites me also because in 10 or 15 years, all of those folks are going to want to be homeowners.
Yeah, and people in this demographic are definitely striving to become households. They want to form households. They're also, Rich, I pulled this stat from the U.S. Census data that nearly 1 in 4 new businesses is Hispanic owned. And nearly 5 million Hispanic owned businesses in the United States contribute to $800 billion and more to the American economy annually. So that's going to be economic growth for them, economic growth for the country in general, and it's also going to put them in a position to be able to build generational wealth through home ownership. So it's definitely something that we should all be looking forward to in the future, and just more people buying homes is just good for us in general. Rich, we're going to rate this article, but before I do, I want to remind everybody out there that as we begin to market ourselves for the future, You got to get it out there and get in front of people better. And we put together 5 ways that you can do that right now to start succeeding tomorrow. So go check out that free resource. It's at todayinmortgages.com. It's completely free. It's going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to get ahead in 5 new ways right now. So, Rich, this is a really interesting article. I enjoyed it a lot. It made me dig deeper into some census data and some other things that we'll link below. But how did you feel about this? Let's rate the article from 0 to 5.
Hey man, I give this a 5. These are all stats and good stuff, and obviously they're projections, but it's good information, and it just goes to show you that America is the land of opportunity. If you get out and you hustle, there are tons of opportunity for you.
Most definitely. I think the future's bright. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Definitely like, share, comment. Leave us your rating, and if you're listening to this on a podcast, we'd love to hear from you. And until next time, thanks for joining us on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.